What's up? This is Josh, and I'm back with part 2 of the Jordan Black Cement 3 video. In the last video, my camera kind of just cut out, but what you're seeing here is something that you won't see on YouTube at all, and it's actually everything from original 1988 Black Cement 3 dead stock to the 94 retro, 2001 Countdown Pack, 2008, the cleats, and the recent 2011 retro. So I'm going to take you to the kicks here. First of all, again, for the OG heads, the shoes actually still have these things in there, the anatomical arch supports. You see the card it comes with, similar to the one that is in there today. But if I can compare the cards here, the newer one has a much darker elephant print here. So the old one, this is the original from 1988. Box, Nike Air instead of Jumpman, size 10, Air Jordan, Black Cement 3. Again, the price was on sale for 88 bucks back in the day. These are dead stock, never worn, never tried on. Of course, there are cracks. That happens, the shoes are old, okay? See in there, Nike Air. Again, the bottom's perfect. Nike on the bottom. So kind of taking you through the side of the shoe, again, 94. The elephant print here, the material here was just so much better compared to all the other retros. That's what I love about the 94 retros. Wish I could wear them. I wore this pair out just a while back, and that's what happened to them. It hasn't separated, just a little crack, but you got to put those on ice. Again, love the 94 boxes. See, that's the difference there. 94 also had the large retro cards. Okay, skipping to 2001, they went to the smaller retro cards here. Elephant print here, much darker on the print compared to the 94, and I would say almost a little bit plasticier, if that's even a word, but more plastic looking, I should say, compared to this. Now from the OGs, you see just the border on there, much lower profile. Much lower profile on there compared to the 94s. And then moving on to the Countdown Pack. Much thicker trim there. And then moving on here, the cleats. I wore these. I actually play in these. So, and of course 2011 retros. I'm going to compare these to the OGs here, and it's really no comparison in quality of materials, but I still feel like the 2011's still a must cop if you don't have the other ones, and it's a wearable pair. If you have the OGs, at least you're going to get to wear it. Of course, we know the bottom it says Jordan, and the back Jumpman Air, instead of on the back the classic Nike Air. Right there, that's the 2001. You see the box has the Jumpman, the Jordan face on there. By the time they made the Countdown Pack, again, the Jumpman, and you have a red Jumpman on the back of the cleats. So, some other differences. Of course, the Nike Air on the inside, and on the tag in there, I showed you in the other video, made in Taiwan, there, 88. Made in Taiwan here. These ones were made in China, the 2001s. You see the date on there, 4/11/01. And also in there. Nike Air still in there on the 2001s. You can barely see it on the 94s. Countdown packs. See if you can get a good look in there. Red bottoms with the countdown pack numbers on there. Still red in there, has a Jumpman on these. Of course it's worn off because these are very worn. And on the countdown packs, the information's in there. That's where it's at. Okay, for the 2011s, they went back to putting it up here. Okay, but the inside, if you can see this, is gray. I can't really get a good look at that, but it's gray with the red Jumpman. The box, again similar to the original box, but has the Jumpman Air on there. Of course, we've been talking about the progression, just the materials are not what they used to be, and as a fan of the OG and the older retros, I would rather pay a little bit more money but have a higher quality shoe. If you agree, comment on the page. And the leather on here is also quite a bit shinier, but oh well. You get what you can take at times. If they come out with better, you know, we'll definitely get the better ones. So that's the countdown pack. 2001 dead stock, Nike on the bottom. On these, Jordan on the bottom. Again, Jordan on the bottom there. But the shape has got a little bit different over the years. In the 2001s, the 94. But overall, one of the sickest shoes ever. Again here, OG 1988. Of course it has oxidation on there and cracking, but what can you do? That happens over time. But who on here has a pair of dead stock original 3's from 1988? Probably nobody. Nobody. Never laced up. Alright, continue to subscribe to my videos. I'll be pulling out more heat, doing more comparisons of original stuff.